Hello everyone, this is Leimomi, Keliikuli, Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here. And for today's Fame and Fortune and Impact Leader live stream daily show, I wanted to share some more insights that I received from just connecting in nature and also in my meditations and the new messages that are coming through for humanity. And so I'm actually here at Starbucks, so hopefully it's better internet than when I tried earlier, because I was trying to do it right in the Keawe Forest. And really, actually, it's very, very powerful vortex energy. And so the thing was just freezing up. So everything that I shared earlier, I don't know if anybody heard it, but definitely there was a lot of interruption in order for me to, speak on the video. So, hi, Lisa. So yeah, if you're just joining in, just say hello, and so I know that you're listening. And so there are a lot of big things, like I said, happening. Specifically over these next 2 weeks, and I was talking about the past 2 days about how the new lunar eclipse is happening for the next 3 days. We are still in Mercury retrograde that will be technically over in like September 22nd, but actually there is still the post Mercury retrograde that goes on to all the way to October 6th. So it's a lot of deep healing, and our body is trying to transform itself to a much higher level of consciousness. So a lot of people are getting very sick, feel very, very uncomfortable in the body. And also for myself too, I lost my voice, and now it's getting back. So definitely you're going to see a lot of big inward changes in your mindset, in the way you perceive yourself and your body right now. And we're really, really being asked to let it all go. Hi, Sarva. I just gotta back up what I was thinking about earlier. So when I went to the Keawe Forest, and it's right next to the beach. Actually, it's very, very beautiful. And when I was sitting in there, actually, when I was talking to my mindset coach this morning, and I was trying to uncover some of the next new steps and how I can get more expanded, and but at the same time, because we are just taking our time right now, just like slowing down, it's all good. So, but I also felt like there was so much more deeper inner healing that I needed to do for myself. And what came up in our conversation when I was talking with her was she said, like, right now, basically, even though I know the bigger expanded version of what I want to become, and we're by moving to Maui, and setting up all the things that I want to do when I get there, and for my work, for my business, for my family life, like everything is all like happening all at once right now. And as I'm getting more expanded, but also my body is just like fighting it, right? It's like, why you're doing this? You're so happy. We have a really nice house, and like everything is like really nice where we're at. So there's not much of like big reasoning why we should go, other than to do our next most expensive thing. So anyway, I did my meditation there in the Keawe Forest, and what I realized was that what was missing was my inner child really, really wanted, just like a kindergartner, right? Like, even though the kindergartner knows like they're going to go into a new transition, go into school, and everybody says it's also very good for you and it's like the next step for you, the kindergartner still feels very uncomfortable, scared, holding on to the door, like to just go into the classroom. And it's okay that you're that kindergartner feels that way. And that's kind of like what's happening with a lot of us right now, is our ego is fighting it. It's like, well, you know that you got to go to school, and everybody goes to school. Like everybody, like you're going to be doing that for the next 13 years or so, and then go to college, and whatever things that we're supposed to be doing, right? But anyway, we still got to go, right? So there is that first initial day, or the initial 2 months, when you as a kindergartner doesn't want to go, right? Like, you just don't want to go because I can stay at home with mommy and daddy. Like, why should I go? And that's kind of like what was happening, like with the fight within myself, was like, oh my God, like my body was fighting with me. It's like, I don't want to go. Like, why would you want to do something much more bigger? Like, why do you need to go to school? Like, picking a fight with me. So I realized that I just needed to nurture that inner child and just say, you know what? I know like you feel uncomfortable. This is a new thing for you. Like you have no idea what's that gonna be like. Then, but it just needs to be loved. So that's what I was doing in the forest, and just taking time for myself, because actually my husband and my son, they went to Maui by themselves, so that I could just do my thing, and for the next 3 days just to really be myself and to nurture my inner child, and to allow myself to be with me, and also for them also to be with them, so that they can manifest the house, manifest the place that we're going to live. And I had to really, really do that out of self-love, and that was very, very difficult last night. I was like, well, it's true. Like, if I don't do it now, then when am I going to do it? Right? Like, when I'm going to ever have that opportunity to be by myself? So I said yes. My soul said, just take time, be by yourself. So that's what I did. So anyway, back to, about your inner child. So right now, our inner child is really throwing a fit. It knows it's good for it, that where you're going to do your next most expensive thing. You're going to create more happiness, more peace, if you just go do that one thing that really, really you want to do, right? A lot of people need to move. A lot of people need to get rid of relationships or whatever that's not serving them. And the truth is, the reason that we're not doing it is because we're not nurturing that inner child within ourselves to say, it's okay, it's fine, just like that kindergartner, right? Sometimes you just need to go sit inside the classroom with the kindergartner until it feels loved enough, right? Or get used to even talking about it to connect with their teacher. Or when they get home and they have homework to do, and they're like, I don't know how to do homework. Just giving that love and attention to your inner child right now is so important, because the more love you give, the more you're able to take that next step, right? Hi, Vicky. Lisa says, I'm hanging low. Yeah, for sure. You want to take really good care of yourself, Lisa. Hi, Maria. So do you see what I'm saying? Right now is a time that we just need to really nurture that inner child. So it was a really, really big message not just for myself, but I wanted to share that with you guys, because as we're healing the deep parts of ourselves, we are also allowing ourselves to be much bigger than what we're used to. And it feels very scary for your inner child if you haven't taken that time to express that much love, and to allow that inner child to be like, okay, we're going to go through the door. You're going to go to school every day. You're going to do what you need to do, so that you're not fighting about it, right? So that was a very big message. And then the other thing that I got a message in my meditation was, so how we have, as humanity, we have been really, really trying our best to just endure and break through whatever war, or gotta get that job, or I gotta help this person and that person, and it's all very, very me, right? Well, obviously that causes a lot of separation. So now we're at this state where we're being asked, like, do we want to be separate beings? Or do we want to be wholesome and loving and caring, and we're all about connecting and creating communities and being in oneness with each other? Hi, Carolyn. So what I saw was, in my vision, I was just seeing like really what we're moving into. We're actually really, really moving into a much more, not only just consciousness, obviously. Everybody knows that. Everybody's like waking up, right? In a sense, what it is all about is we're just learning how to reconnect with each other from soul to soul, from, being to being. And my message that came through was just like, what's the word? I got the message like, let all beings be happy and let all beings be at peace. Like, if we can just like push ourselves aside for a second and think of what it is that we could be of help, right? For someone else to experience the happiness that we have, or experience the peace that we have. Or if you don't even have any of that, right? You might be thinking like, wow, why should I even care about somebody else's happiness or their peace, right? But actually, when we think of it in a very expansive nature, we are able to help one another, right? All at once. But if we try to like, one person tries to, do this, and one person tries to do that, and like, we're all trying to like do our parts, it's true. But if we're doing it like out of ego, or we're doing it just because like, oh, I want to be known about this or that, and this is why everybody hasn't been happy. And this is why we don't feel very peaceful inside. But what if we could, step aside our ego for a second and just really come from this place of, I just want whoever just walks in front of me to experience some level of happiness, or some level of that inner peace that maybe that they haven't even experienced like their whole entire life, right? How much more beautiful the world will be if we can act from that space. So it became very clear to me that is what's the problem, is that we know that in our head, but we're actually not connecting the dots, right? We're not like connecting with each other. Why we cannot experience happiness and peace for ourselves is because we obviously cannot even have a bigger mind that somebody else could experience happiness and peace also, and that love and connection. And seriously, that's all we're looking for, is we just want love and connection. So I thought about it like let's every day think about that. How can I become more loving, more connected to people, more not just thinking about myself, and that kind of selfless act actually is what brings more and more love and connection. It makes people more feel happiness. It makes people feel more peaceful, right? Or whatever state of being or freedom or whatever it is that people are looking for. So I had to share that with you because that was a very simple message, but it dawned on me that like no one, especially in big cities, like we all feel very, very empty inside. We're just running around trying to feed our own children, or have enough money for whatever we want to buy next, or we're not really operating from a place of love, a place of this kind of expression that I'm doing is going to be of a bigger impact, not just for me, but for everyone else. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys have any like questions or anything you want to share with me, I'm so here for you right now. And hi, Carolyn. Yeah, so that's what's our next step for humanity, is just have that purest mind that let being, like every being be happy, every being feel very peaceful. And there was also another thing that I also realized in my meditation was Source asked me like whether I wanted to surrender totally my own self-expression. And when I first thought about that, I was like, well, does that have to do with just me just talking and expressing myself and my original content? Is that what it's all about? But when I thought about it deeper, when I was talking with one of my good friends, and she was like, no, it has a lot to do with, because my self-expression is about love and connection. It's my divine gift, love and connection and healing. She's like, doesn't that mean that you are all about helping, like surrendering myself so that I can actually love and connect with more people than what I'm doing right now? And I was like, yeah, how would I do that, right? First thought was like, how would I do that? And then Source told me that it's time for me to not just only step in my leadership, but allow other people to step in their leadership by just holding that space for people to decide that they want to create love and connection all around them too. Because the truth is, I can't do it by myself. I can't love only my people, right? Or my audience, or just me. Like, I need to also allow other people to love other people too, right? And then create a ripple effect where everybody is just loving and connected. And so I got this very clear vision that I need to create, I create 5 soul alignment ambassadors. And so I've already found 4. Actually, we're voting on who is going to be the 5th ambassador for my Facebook group. And then I also need to make 12 new apprentices that will really be in direct connection with Source itself, and like how I am being Source, right? And how I'm connected with Source and I'm delivering the messages of Source. I want more people to be that way, and they're leading their people and being a bigger impact, right? So our whole world systems is all based on, that politician that you're supposed to follow, or that religious leader, or like that one person, right? That's not what it's about. That's not what higher level consciousness means. It means that every single being is special. Every single being has some kind of purpose that they want to share with the world. And why can't we create communities of people who really embody Source? And we talk about very, very loving and deep subjects about Source. Why can't we have that full-on expression of our being all the time and 24/7? Not just because, I'm working on this project right now, and so I'm leading this cool movement. That's kind of how things are being operated right now. We think like, I need to be stepping up as a leader, but then actually at the same time, you're separating yourself from your people and from the bigger impact that you want to make. We're actually here to create communities of everybody being in their power and standing in their leadership of what it is that they're meant to serve and express themselves. That's the most beautiful expression, is when you see all the people around you step it up and be leaders just like you, right? If you are leading right now as a leader. I don't want to see that any longer, where it's just like one person that everybody's all following on Facebook because they have like 10K people in their Facebook group. I want it to be where everybody is a leader, but we're just, discussing, we are loving and connecting with each other, we're authentic and real. That is what it's about. And that kind of illusion of us thinking that we need to be some kind of like cool person, it doesn't make any sense to me. And probably to you, if you're listening to this message, you're like, yeah, duh. But this is the truth. This is the way we've been living. And we can't put up with it anymore, right? So I'm asking you to think about that as a leader in what you believe in and what you are doing right now. How could you step it up more, where you can create a community that really, really like gets you, that resonates with you, and then you create more leaders just like you We are meant to be our own self-expression. So what haven't you been doing so far? What is that one thing that you haven't been doing? And I could tell you probably the one big thing that people aren't doing is just being visible. And visible just means just showing up. So even though I was sick, even though I could have like 1,000 million excuses why I shouldn't show up, I show up every day. Because I think by showing up, I show people what's it like to step up and be yourself and be a leader, a fierce leader in what you believe in. The more people see you, the more people hear you, the more likely that they will change too. And so when, like I said, when I created those 5, we'll have the 4 soul alignment ambassadors, I saw a huge shift in the way that people showed up in my Facebook group. It was like, bam, like everybody was like stepping it up, doing their part and saying like, I want to help this person and just expressing themselves. That is what community should look like day in and out, like all around us, not just because it's in one Facebook group, right, that everybody all likes. I don't want that. I want all my leaders to have their own Facebook groups that are impacting more people to wake them up, and they create more ambassadors or more leaders in their group, because the truth is they're spreading the love. They're expanding the love more than what they are, probably more than what they think that they're capable of. But just by doing that, you could be like touching more than 200 to 300, even later on 1,000 or 10K people, right? That's what I want the world to look like. That's what it means about let everyone be happy and let everyone be at peace. To me, being at peace means completely that deep love and connection, soul to soul, that we just have good conversations about life, about business, about sexuality, about whatever topic we feel like. And we don't need to follow some kind of specific rules, but we can work as a collective, right? Our government obviously is not doing their roles, and it's all an illusion too, right? We know that. So why won't we create the communities, the people, the places, the circumstances, all of that? And to me, the only way you're going to do that is just be visible and step it up. Call your people. Talk to them every day. Express yourself every day until they finally get it and they wake up and they themselves also start leading what they need to be doing. So that's my hope. That's my hope, that by me sharing this message that you're going to step it up and you're going to think about it too, or you're going to maybe share this with other people so that they also experience this new message and I realize that whatever you might be missing in your life right now, it's all up to you to take those actions. Like honestly, I just made the decision we're moving to Maui and that's it. We are moving in 2 weeks and we still haven't found a place, but I have very, very clear vision that step is going to push what I need to do, what humanity needs to do as a whole, because that's my part. That's me being one of that pawn, right? And this is how the Galactic Council and our higher self and our guides look at us. They see us as just a pawn in the whole big universe, right? Like each of us play a certain game, part of the chess. And so when we figure out what that pawn is, what is that purpose, what is the thing we're leading, then you can play the real game. But if we just sit on the sidelines and just watch, the chess game being played and life being played around you, that's how everybody's been living. And that's why we're saying nobody's awakened yet. But if we are truly awakened, we will grab, all those pawns that may be feeling lost and put them in their place and wake them up and tell them, well, do you want to play the game or do you want to sit on the sidelines, right? That's what we are meant to do. That's why we're being of service. We're being of service to help people to see their place so that they can play the bigger role. Like, think about how infinite stuff needs to get done in the universe, right? And if there's only like 1 or 2 people playing the game, then what the hell is this game about, right? Why should we even be doing on any, like playing this game? Everybody probably thinking just watching the sidelines. So I want you to think in a bigger realm. Think about what is your bigger expanded version of what you need to be, what you need to become, and what would you need to do every day to take steps towards that. And once you figure that out, then you're going to really, really step into your leadership. All right, well, I wanted to share that message. Listening at work, love, Max. Thanks, Carolyn. Hi, Letitia. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to get off my soapbox and let you all go on through with your day. And I'm actually ending my day, so I'm going to do my meditation in my tub for another 2 hours and connect with the Galactic Council and, see the clear visions and set my intentions. So that's another thing is for this next 2 days, the lunar eclipse is coming, so make sure that you write down on a piece of paper or something what exactly your clear vision is that you want to experience for this next year, because right now your intentions are being charged. And then put that piece of paper in the moonlight and set up your goal and tell to the universe exactly what you want, because it will come true as long as you are very clear in your intention, very purely hearted. That's what I'm going to be doing probably tonight or tomorrow, and because tomorrow is Friday, right? 2 days it'll be Friday. So take that time to really think about what kind of new life that you want to create, and how you want to be of service. It's really important to see exactly how you want to be of service, because there's 1,000 ways that you can be of service, right? You can do healings, you can do readings, you could do teaching, right? You could, travel the world. You could open a healing center. You could open a brick and mortar business like Starbucks or something. There's like hundreds of ways that you can express yourself. The source is asking you, how do you want to do it? Exactly how do you want to do it? How do you want to express yourself? Is it speaking? Is it writing? Is it writing that book, right? Is it, what is that exactly? And when you're really clear about that, source will come, and the source will help you to figure out how that's going to happen. So anyway, all right, well, you guys have an amazing day or night wherever you're at, and be sure you come into my Facebook group if you haven't yet. It's Fame and Fortune Soul Alignment Entrepreneurs, and you can search that or go on top of my business page and just go and scroll on the business page, and on my business page you're going to see the link to my Facebook group. There we have a lot of amazing, loving connection type of conversations. And then if you like what you're listening, make sure you subscribe, because at the top of the button there's a subscribe. And again, if you want to know more about what I can share with you, then come and go to my website, www.beingalohi.com. That's with the IALOHI.com. And then also I have my Divine Gifts business quiz, if you haven't taken that yet, where that's going to really tell you exactly what your soul's gifts is about and how you serve and where you feel peace of mind. So make sure you get that, and it's right on top of my website. And the next thing that I'm launching is my 14-day group soul alignment manifestation program that will basically, I'll tell you exactly how to use your manifesting blueprints and your divine soul gifts in order to manifest exactly what you desire in a very, very rapid pace. So within 14 days, you're going to actually see these kind of miracles happen for you, because we're taking very, very specific soul-aligned actions. And so I'll leave that at the bottom of the video here if you're really interested in that. And then I'm going to have a webinar, a free webinar. So you're going to see that link probably like in 2 days on September 25th, where I'm going to share a lot about this soul-aligned manifestation method that I've created to help people to manifest completely what they want in very, very fast, epic time by being in soul alignment. All right, well, I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye-bye.